Hi there, it's Craig here, and today I want to talk to you about the microphone that I've been using that people have been asking me about. I went on looking for a microphone a month or so ago, and I was looking at different models, and the type of microphone that I wanted can be quite expensive. And I was very surprised to find this particular microphone. This is an MXL 990 condenser microphone, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to show you how it sounds, and I'm going to talk about microphones and what you should look for when buying a microphone. Okay? Now, the reason I chose this microphone is because it's very inexpensive. I actually paid $60 for this mic plus shipping. It's a very high quality condenser microphone that requires phantom power. Phantom power is a 48 volt power supply that these type of microphones require. Most decent quality mixers will have a phantom power supply built in. If not, then you can buy a preamplifier with a phantom power supply built in, and they're not that expensive. So this is the box it comes in. On the back you can see it shows the frequency response. I'm not sure if you can see that. If you understand those kinds of diagrams, you'll see the frequency response. There's a little bit of a peak at the high end. And you'll also be able to see the pickup pattern, which is basically it's a directional microphone, and I'll demonstrate that when we get it hooked up. So that's the box. I've already unpacked it and, used it and everything, so we're not going to unbox it. Here's the case it comes in. This particular model comes in this black, rugged plastic case, filled with nice soft foam. And there's the microphone. It comes with a standard mount for a mic stand. This screws onto the microphone and onto the mic stand. Okay. And it also comes with this shock mount, which I always use because it looks nice and it prevents the microphone from picking up vibrations from people walking around, or if you bump the stand or something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, as you can see, I'm not using this microphone at the moment. I'm using my lavalier microphone, which is a pretty good sounding mic, and it's certainly suitable for this type of thing, or if I'm walking around doing something and I need to talk to you, this microphone is a great thing to have. But what we're going to do is we're going to hook up this bad boy. So we're going to get our shock mount. All right, and we'll just screw it onto here. And we're going to hook this up and show you the difference in sound between, the lavalier mic that I'm using now and the condenser mic that we're going to be using in a moment, the MXL 990. So we're going to mount it into this shock mount here by squeezing these things together. And we'll just set it in there and then let it go. And just make an adjustment here. Okay, so let's bring this over to the side. Now, here's our audio cable. Okay, my power supply has, my mixer has a phantom power supply. I'll just turn that on. Okay, so we're all fired up there. Now, one thing that you really want to, it's not on yet, okay, we're not using it quite yet. I'll tell you when it's on. One of the things that you really need to think about when you're using a microphone like this is that you really should have a pop filter. The reason for that is, of course, obviously, if you say your P's and B's and stuff into the microphone, you may get some pop sounds, and you don't want that. The other reason is if you are speaking into the microphone, after a long period of time, moisture from your breath can actually build up on the diaphragm of the microphone and cause some damage. So it is a good idea to use a pop filter for those reasons. You could also get like a sponge if you could find one that fits on top here. So I'm just going to set this up the way I normally have it, which is something like that. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch from this microphone to that microphone and let you hear the difference. Now I've got basically the same levels and the same settings for both microphones on my mixer. I haven't added anything, or very little. And so I'm going to turn off this mic and turn on this microphone right now. Okay, so you can immediately hear the difference between the two. Now I'm about 6 inches away from the microphone at the present time. If I move in, you can hear that it has a very nice deep tone to it. And if you're using this for podcasting, radio, doing voiceovers or anything like that, it's a beautiful mic. And you throw a little bit of compression on there and a tiny bit of EQ, and you've got a really, really nice sounding microphone, as you can hear. Okay, and this is normally the way I use it when I do my Justin TV broadcasts, because it's got that nice radio sound. Now you can, however, move back from it and use it just as a thing like this, where you don't have to be right up to it. If you're moving around, it has a very wide, as you can see, a very wide range on the front side of it. So if you are using it for vocals and you're moving around as you're doing your vocals, as some of us do, you don't have to worry about staying, right on axis. You can actually move from side to side quite a bit, and it won't affect the sound all that much. Now let's show you the directional properties of the microphone. I'll just swing it around here and talk into the back of it, and you can see that the back of the microphone does not pick up the way the front does. So, you have to make sure that you've got it set up the proper way. Also, talking into the top of the microphone doesn't work properly either. And this is why some other YouTubers were using it this way, and I thought that it was not really a good way to demonstrate the mic. Now, let's set my windscreen back up here, my pop filter. Let's go back to the lavalier microphone for a second, so you can hear, again, you can hear the difference there. Now we're using this microphone, and you can hear that, the quality, and I'm not knocking this mic, it's a good quality mic, it's just not made for what this microphone is made for. And so, of course, if you're doing vocals or voiceovers, you would definitely want to use this microphone for that. Now, again, the microphone has 30 to 20,000 hertz frequency response. Certainly a lot higher than what I can hear. It has a very rugged design. It has a nice look to it. It's quite heavy. It's not, for a microphone, it's quite rugged. It has a FET amplifier in it. It has a gold speckled 6-micron diaphragm. All these technical things, you can go online and read all the stuff that it's got and the features it has. I have to tell you that as a singer and a musician, having used a lot of different microphones, I can definitely tell you that you will not be disappointed with this microphone. This is not a product placement. I did not get this microphone for free. I did purchase it off of, I think it was eBay. It was new off of eBay for $60 Canadian, and I paid $30 for shipping from the States. And I just wanted to, because people are asking me about it, and there just isn't really any real good demonstrations of it on YouTube that I could find. So this is why I did this video. It sounds great on guitar. There are a few guys who have it used to mic a guitar on YouTube. You can usually find that pretty easily. But as far as speech goes, I found it difficult to find anything on YouTube that was properly done. So again, podcasting, voiceovers, vocals, I would highly recommend it if you're on a budget, and I would rather own 5 of these microphones or 10 of these microphones than one $2,000 microphone, really. I'm sure there's got to be some difference between, this mic and one that's worth several $1,000s, but I probably wouldn't want to tell you that the difference in price equals the difference in quality. That's the MXL $990. You can get other microphones from MXL of different grades. You can go to their website and check out what they've got available. But for the price, this microphone is definitely a godsend. It's a gold mine. It definitely is for me, and I definitely would recommend this for anybody who's doing voiceover work, podcasting, or music.